Hello, everybody. It is Bolly Moms on the Go. I am Robin, and this is Sonia.
Hello.
And today we are here to talk to you about children, well, adults too, but children's learning styles and their ability to learn.
Mm-hmm. So we want to bring this topic on because we like to share that children learn at different level, different stage, when they're ready, when they're exposed, and they are all unique in the way they're going to be learning. So we're going to talk about learning style or multiple intelligences. So it's really to put the foundation and understand that your child is growing certain way, and just to help you understand, maybe navigate around this concept we're going to share.
Yeah, I find that a lot of times that parents and children have different learning styles. So there becomes this sort of difficulty when you're trying to guide them or even help them with their homework because the way that you would pick it up is totally different than what's going to be the best way for them to pick it up. So we're sort of forcing our own learning style on them. And this happens in my house too, because there are three learning styles. There are auditory learners, visual learners, and kinesthetic learners, which means you learn by doing or touching or feeling. And I'm a very kinesthetic learner. Surprise, surprise, everybody. And so
Really?
So I literally have to just get my hands in there and do it. And so when it came to like school stuff, sitting and listening to a lecture for 2 hours, that's torturous for me because I can't even sit for 2 hours, never mind listen and sit at the same time. So, and you see some schools are trying to accommodate this by having stand-up desks and things like that. But my kids, my one for sure, my older son, is very, very auditory. He's a musician. And so he's very auditory. And so he picks up really well that way. So me trying to get him to learn something physically isn't helping. You know, it's not making things better for him. He's far better to hear it out and then go from there. So a lecture for him would be the ideal learning situation.
Mm-hmm. And I'm very visual. So when I see people and they say, okay, my name is Robin, and then I see maybe 5 new people, and then they all introduce themselves. My name is Robin. My name is Mary. My name is Anna. And I have difficulties to memorize the names, and I have to see the names writing down. Then I can associate the face and the name. Otherwise, it's just So for the children, it's the same. Some might be printing more or learning better when they see things visually, with bigger charts or drawings or pictures, book, this kind of thing. So it's really important to discover what are the strengths or the main skill of your children and see okay, it seems like your children likes more visual support or likes more to hear things like your son. Really understand where they are, and then you might be different, and then find a way where you can help and support your child better. And the same for the teacher, can help and better support children.
Yeah, and you'll see which teachers they really connect to in elementary school, especially. You'll see their learning styles in that teacher, right? So if you have a teacher who teaches a certain way, because teachers will tend to majority teach in their own learning style, but they are also very well trained to recognize and assist kids in multiple learning styles. So the best teachers out there are able to target all 3 of those things. And so when you see that your child is really connecting to a teacher, pay attention to what that teacher is bringing to your child, because that is, excuse me, sometimes it's a personality thing, but more often they feel so comfortable in that class because the learning environment is comfortable for them.
Mm-hmm. That's so true. So the 3 learning style is one perspective, and I like to see it also with the view of the multiple intelligences, which is another theory. And that's what I do when I work with families, to bring this it's not brainer, it's another view about seeing a person. And so it's come from the theory of Howard Gardner called multiple intelligences. And he said that we are smart, adults and children, differently. It says that we have 8 or 9 intelligences that are all linked together and also express at different levels. And what is key to understand is that they express at different levels regarding readiness of the child, regarding if the child has been conditioned to just restrain maybe one part of it, or it's just thriving in one of them. And so when you look at your children, so maybe I'm going to briefly describe them quickly, and then maybe we're going to do
French there for a second. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
You totally broke into French there for a second.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to switch to French. So I'm gonna So there are 9 intelligences, which is one is the linguistic part, all about writing, reading, speaking. Another intelligence is relating to all the logical with all the mathematical, the science part. And so there are so on up to 9 intelligences, but they are all linked. So when a child, for instance, okay, let's make an example. So you have a set of random Lego blocks all over the floor. And depending on your child's first abilities, they will react differently. Maybe one child will see the Legos and they just start building something very, I don't know, something. Maybe another child will just look around and just look at other children and just observe. Doesn't make it's good or bad, it's just different. And maybe another child will ask for you to come, can you come and help? It's just the way, sometimes they will need interaction, sometimes they will need to observe, sometimes they just already have everything in their mind. And if you look on my Facebook profile, on my Facebook page, I did some posts about this kind of scenarios when you just understand your child, what they could do in certain scenarios. So if you go on my Facebook or my Instagram, you can click. And there is an icon called Trivia with question about what would your child do in this type of situation. And I just give 3 options. So you can just be curious and then see what your child could do. So it's really important to understand that your child is evolving with time. Sometimes it might be ready or not ready to absorb certain things, and understand how they absorb or learn better in one way or the other way, and navigate around that, especially when they go to school and you feel they're struggling, and then understanding that maybe it's the chemistry is the teacher, or maybe it's the way they're learning and it's not really connecting with their wire in their brain, or maybe they're just not ready yet.
Yeah, and then we can assist them at home so that they can do better in that environment, right? Because it's not as though we're going to change the entire education system overnight to accommodate 9 different learning styles. That's our sort of addition to or assistance to the educators. If we are providing a little bit of assistance, or a lot in some cases, depending on what the area is, then we can make our child's school life more comfortable for them and more successful in the end. But if you look at the adults around you, and then you were to try to guess what they were really good at in school and what they weren't really good at in school, you would probably be pretty on the nose, because we do have different personalities and we do have various strengths. When I was in high school, my aunt used to tease me all the time, and she would say that I was too social, too caught up in the people, right, in the kids and the other students in the classroom, and that I wasn't putting enough attention and focus into my studies at the time. And I tease her now because my entire job life is around working with people. So although to her it seemed like I was not paying attention to my studies and all of these things, even though I was doing well enough, I certainly wasn't on the honor roll, but I wasn't failing. I was still building skill sets that were vital to my career life as an adult. So that's an interesting perspective to take too when you're looking at your kids and what they could potentially be as an adult. They're not all going to go to university. They're not all going to be what do you call it? Academics, right?
Yeah. So to summarize, like, see your child as unique and smart in so many ways, and understand that they are maybe tending to learn differently than you or the teacher or people around you, and just bring more awareness about the uniqueness of your children.
Yeah, and more support to that.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys.
Yes,
this was a
thank
good
you.
one. I like this one. Yeah.
It is nice. I think we're going to do way more.
Yeah, we keep saying that every video. We're like, we're going to do more. So you guys, we're going to be recording for the rest of our lives because we have so much to share. So make sure, please, that you like the video. Feel free to share, subscribe on our YouTube page, and join our Facebook group, Mom Squad Community on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, you see the link below. So we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.